we've got so many testimonials that I could bore you with in terms of success stories. And we've got so many, I mean, we're working really hard with CTI now. We probably have about maybe 4 consultants working with us on various coaching and leadership models. And the managers have only praise, because actually we work really hard to do the matching, we work really hard to do the diagnostic, and actually we work really hard to set up the template for how we will evaluate at the end of it to see that it was indeed beneficial. Thank you, Elizabeth, and thank you to her associates for all the hard work you do. And I'm glad that Kevin, who was my HR advisor at the time and who'd previously worked with Elizabeth at Newham PCT, where he previously worked, actually introduced your organisations to us. We haven't looked back, and I applaud you. Well done.
So what it's like for me working in that, I've got some words. Crazy, collaborative, demanding, in the spotlight, fast-paced, exciting, terrifying, challenging, and full of opportunities. And that's against the backdrop of our chief executive saying we need to have relentless optimism. CTI have been massively helpful in supporting this. We're very fussy about who we work with. It's very much about let's bring in that private sector expertise. Let's learn from the best things that are happening out there, as well as matching that with those public sector values. So I really value that that partnership approach, the being able to blend the private and public sector expertise, bringing in new knowledge so we can increase our capacity, we can help to think about things in different ways and help with that culture change. It's been learning from both sides, and what I've really valued is the openness to feedback in both directions, so that it's learning for both of us, and the way that CTI colleagues have grasped the complex context in which we work has been massively helpful to then be able to give us a fresh perspective. There have been, I won't go through all of the impacts on that. I had an example today which was about a senior management team within Hampshire County Council who are now, as a result of a training module that they had collectively, are now getting together to agree how they, around resilience, how are they going to help themselves and help other people, rather than, oh, we'll send them all on a training course as well and that'll sort it out. It's actually that taking ownership and helping our managers.
From the bottom of my heart, the work that they've done for us over the last 2 or 3 years has been immense in terms of just helping our people to maintain that pace or to keep the engagement levels. We talk about leadership, and there was a lot of work done with frontline managers about leadership. And there was something, I went to a conference today in terms of HR and stuff. They were talking about leadership development. It was about practice in individual relationships. You know, it's almost like it's that relationship with the individual. You know, you can have all the theories of leadership, but it's about that relationship between the individual and their manager, how they're engaged and how they give clarity and support. And what Deborah did when she came in, dealing with these people that were experts in trains, but they weren't experts in people, is to help them to, one, understand themselves, so that's self-awareness, because it was incredible when they started to get some of that information about what makes them tick, what's they're good at, but also to understand others, which then made that breakthrough for them to be able to engage with people and to maintain that ethos of people, keeping people motivated. So I thank CTI for supporting me and my team in order to support the business.
Most HRDs, you have to deal with restructurings and redundancies and plant closures and lots of difficult issues like that. And the difficult issues, well, for me, it can be quite wearing, and for the HR teams, but obviously it's most difficult for the people that are affected by the redundancies. And that's where CTI have come in and been a big help to us. These are difficult situations anyway, but they would have been made even more difficult if we hadn't had the support from CTI. Things change quite quickly in our business, which is my way of saying that I used to leave things to the last minute. So CTI were particularly helpful because they used to respond really sort of flexibly and proactively, and I guess once we got to work with you on a more regular basis, you sort of knew what we wanted and hit the ground running and were able to respond to our needs, and we really didn't have to express our needs anymore, because as you say, you visited the sites, you knew the people, you knew the culture, and they really just got on with it and did a fantastic job. And I guess the biggest feedback we get is letters, emails, could have brought along a lot of them, thanking us for involving CTI in the process and using CTI to help people, psychological support, but mainly about getting them another job and giving them the confidence to do that in a short space of time. So you find that right job. And we've heard a little bit about CTI already, and those of you that know CTI well, and Elizabeth has given you some of the other things they get involved in, know that they don't just provide outplacement support. So we're currently talking to CTI again now in my new role, about how they might be able to support us now in terms of introducing a positive culture of coaching and continuous learning throughout the organisation as well. We're talking about the challenge of change management within a fast-moving organisation like ours as well. So, so I would just like to add my personal congratulations to CTI on their 40th anniversary. Wish them well, and to say that I'm very much looking forward to working with them for many years to come. So thank you. Thank you.
Now, the skills and the tools that an excellent organisation like CTI has, those are absolutely capable of enabling all of you and many other clients to develop great leaders and great managers. In our own case, Elizabeth and her team have been very helpful in helping our team to deal with things, practical things like creative letter writing and writing bids and negotiation skills. However, for leaders, there is a bigger challenge. And because leaders more than anyone else have the ability to change and impact people's lives, it is absolutely vital that somehow we try and get this right. And we get it right on more than a minority of occasions. One of the things I have learned over the years is that leadership is definitely not a destination. It is a journey. And you were saying, Helen, that in your own situation that you've got to live with continuous change because it's here to stay. There's no getting out of that curve. Maybe it's like that all the way. And leadership is like that. And so none of us should ever feel undermined because we feel we haven't got there. So we can make a difference in this world. Ultimately, it's down to people, I think, who lead. I think this is the most crucial job. And third millennium leadership is the way to do it. I do believe that here within this room, there is the capacity, along with great people like CTI, to make a difference in the UK, to turn us into an absolutely successful nation, even more than we are today as we come out of Europe in the next couple of years. And I believe we're the people who can do it. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Thank you very much.